Welcome back to the GE-X1. I am the RadioMan03, and we are playing Minecraft on the Xbox One. Check it out. Check it out. Lightning. Lightning. Yes. Tracks asked, I don't know, 10, 15 videos ago. We need a white horse and name it Lightning. We have a white horse. Doggone it. Her name is Lightning, indeed. Not to mention, welcome to episode 50. I hope you are having an awesome day so far. If not, I hope you do have one. We are above ground on episode 50, as I promised. Episode 50. Look at our beautiful beacon beams reaching up to the space, up to the sky, and then we have this marvelous tube coming up out of the ground now. Our ventilation tube is 20 blocks. 20 blocks out of the ground. Yes, indeed, it is. That's how far that goes up. That is our structural support for the GE-X1 mainframe, which is going to go all the way up into the sky area here. Lots of space up here. We're going to take Lightning here and breed her with Thunder and see what kind of horse we wind up with. If you notice her health, she has, what is that? I think 14 hearts? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hearts, something like that. I don't know. But it's a lot. She's got a lot. And Thunder is a really fast horse and has lots of hearts as well. So I think we'll wind up with a really good horse. We are going to talk at great length about this particular structure today. We'll go inside. I'm going to show you all the things I've done to it. There's a lot done on the inside of it. And I want to show that to you. And we're going to talk about the future plans of the GE-X1. Hey, Charlie, shake it, baby. Shake it. Look at her. She's just going. We got Ace and Thunder out here. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, I've got gold carrots to breed the horses. Let's see what happens. What do we wind up with? Oh, another black colt. Oh, look at that. Look at you. You are so cute. You are so cute. There's Ace. He's sporting his armor. Lucky number 11, I guess. I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but he's sporting his armor. And we have a pony. We have a little pony. So I think we've almost got as many horses as we need. We have stalls for a couple more. Yeah, Charlie, we know you're here, buddy. We know you're here. All right, let's take off. Let's take off. We'll check back on our little pony at the end of the episode. I have moved the walkway from here over to here for the sole fact that I really wanted to get a grasp of how this looks in the water alone. Now, you know as well as I do, if you know me, and I know me, and I think you know me pretty well too, that is not acceptable like that. We need some serious decor going on here. Let me tell you the idea I have for this. Okay, this is 8 across right here. This is a 26 radius circle around a 24 on the inside. The inside's 24. We've got 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, 8 across the front, 2 and 2. What we're going to do, that equals 16. We are going to do a half radius circle right here of 16. It's going to come up over, like so, like that. And we're going to do that on each side of it, okay? Then we are going to beef that up a little bit. We're going to give that some strength. Those are going to be the structural legs that hold this whole thing up here, okay? Inside, way back at the beginning when we started this GE-X1 series, I said I wanted to have the swamp come back over the top of this. I didn't want to impede the swamp at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take this down to water level, which is, you know, it's got to drop. This has got to drop 1 block, I think, 1 or 2 blocks. And we're going to let the swamp come back over the top of this, and we're going to cover this in glass and probably add some glowstone and stuff in it. Heaven and Earth has done quite a few things with glowstone underwater, and I really like the way they look. And it was always the goal to have the swamp over the top of this, okay? Over the top of our array of lights in this ventilation tube that comes up from the GE-X1 mine. Isn't that a cool view? That is such a cool view. So water in here. Now, these sides here, this will be gone, right? Okay, we'll have these really cool curves right here, and then these three ribs right here. These, of course, will stay just as they are, and those are going to be the structural legs in between these major arches that are in here. Inside the arches, coming out of the bottom of the GE-X1, we're going to have some canals that come out and dump water into the swamp on each side. Now, with that said, as those things do that, that is going to allow us to add a few vines here and there and give this thing a really awesome look, like it's been here for a little bit. And it, you know, it has a little bit of vinage on it because it is sitting in a swamp. next to a jungle, so it's a very moist region. And then we have this extreme hills biome out here that's really gorgeous as well. So that is kind of the game plan for this building right here. I think it's a good idea, and we are going to go with that, indeed. I'll just have to come up with the idea for the framing and stuff like that. I've not done any dirt outlines like I normally do with the dirt. I've just been kind of wrapping my head around it. You know, driving to work or sitting around the house, or, you know, watching YouTube and thinking about the GE-X1. I've kind of come up with that plan. That's the goal plan. These nice arches right in here. Real beefy looking arches with these chutes of water that are going to come out the sides and dump into the swamp. Meanwhile, the swamp goes over the top of the ventilation tube. Sort of like I guess a coolant. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of a coolant type idea. Up on top here, I'm hoping that with these beams, what we'll be able to do throughout the entire GE-X1, to get from floor to floor, we'll have to build our beautiful staircases that we do. And I think the staircases might wrap around these 4 beams very nicely. If not, we'll come up with a different stair scenario, but that would be what I'd like to do, is to continue to keep the stairs open, glass tubing around them, and then we will make our way up throughout the building on each floor. First floor, again, as I mentioned last episode, we will have the pods coming off the first floor. The first pod we're going to build is going to go off this end, and it's going to head south, and it's going to go into the desert, and we are going to have to get our sand quarry going. That's where I want to place the sand quarry, way out in that desert, so it's not real visible to us. And that is going to be what we will use to get in and out to, of course, get our sand for sandstone, anything sand related, especially the glass. Because, of course, you know me, the pods, they're always big, they're always huge, they're large and in charge, and they're made out of a lot of glass, because I enjoy looking at the world as we shoot through the pods. And then we'll have, of course, pods going off in that direction. We'll have a pod probably going off in this direction. And there's all kinds of world out here that we've not explored yet. So there's so much to do. So much to do. This is episode 50. Who knows how many episodes the GE-X1 has in store for us? Who knows? She's a mighty, mighty girl. This is just her mine. Just the mine is here. That's it. Look at all this stuff. Huge columns. Portals. Potion room. We've got the portal pad. We have this right here, our enchantment area. The villager quarters in here. We're going to expand this out into here so they have a little more room to mingle and move around in, and give them some stuff over in this area. We've got miners' quarters. We have our armory up there. We have a cruel zombie spawner up there with villagers in it that I have a plan to bring them out and send them up above ground and into the main GE-X1 above ground. I think that would be really sweet to see villagers floating up a tube and then coming into the GE-X1, and we'll do our trading and stuff up there as well. We have our storage area, first floor, second floor, furnace room. We have the tunnel to the nether now. We have a branch mine that goes all the way down this way. We have our skeleton spawner, spider spawner down that way, along with the GE-X1 access tunnel. Just so many things happening. A massive slime farm over here that is just producing tons and tons of slime balls for us. I mean, there's another one out here. I don't understand. What are you doing out? Get out of here. Get out. And it's just, you know, am I bored playing Minecraft? No. Am I bored playing on the GE-X1? No. No. I am having so much fun on the GE-X1. I am having such a great time on the GE-X1. And the reason it's been so much fun also is because of the support from you guys, the comments, the suggestions and ideas. It's all such a tremendous help for this particular series that we're doing with the GE-X1. It has been so much fun, and you guys have had so much feedback and so much participation in the build that we have going on down here that, you know, how could we possibly go wrong? How could we possibly go wrong? How's that for a view, huh? How is that for a view? Do you know how I got these all synced up? I ran a dirt line off of that one out to the middle, dirt line from that one out to the middle, from that one out to the middle, and from that one out to the middle. I stood in the middle, and I dropped a redstone torch and ignited all 4 at the same time. That's how you get them all to go synchronized. It came to me shortly after the last episode that that's how I was going to have to do that. With that said, looking around our GE-X1 and all the things we have down here and all the building that we've done in here, and this is not even including the Nether Hub. The Nether Hub is an entirely different build and situation. It's huge on its own. we are running low on supplies. Let's take a little walk around. A little supply check for you guys. Iron. Pretty darn pathetic. I could not possibly put a beacon up with the amount of iron we have right now, and we need a beacon set up in the branch mine. Gold. Gold is okay. We don't use a whole lot of gold, and we are working on the pigment farm, so it's not looking too bad. It's okay. Electrical. Redstone. We've got blocks of redstone, but the redstone itself, I've used all of this redstone that was in here, the dust, on this particular project with the lamps. Bricks and stuff, that's just our building bricks. We never have a whole lot in that chest anyways. Check this out. Empty. Empty. Stone chest empty. Second stone chest in storage. Nearly empty. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. That is hardly anything at all. In here, wood, pathetic as always. RadioMan03 has a pathetic wood supply. I would love to see a couple rows of oak and a couple rows of spruce in here. And really stock up on some solid wood so we don't have to worry about that much. This is just the miscellaneous chest, no big deal there. There's some general maintenance things that need to be done here in the GE-X1 mine, but those are things I can do myself, and then I will take and show them to you. There's nothing really that I think requires an episode or a video or anything like that. Just a quick, hey guys, this is what we did down here. This is what I've updated down in this area. The main building right now from episode 50 on is above ground. That's our focus. Or in the nether, or of course we still have the Ender Dragon to defeat, and we still have to build our awesome Enderman farm, whatever it's going to be. You know, I haven't quite decided that. Supplies upstairs, dirt, of course, we're plenty of that. The gravel's good. Nether, we also have our clay stored in here. That is pretty low. I would like to see this almost to be a full chest of clay blocks, because remember, the GE-X1, once we get to the farming level, it's going to have a lot of white and blacks and dark grays and real sci-fi looking colors. At least in my mind, that's what I see going on up there. Cobble. Look at this. I've used up all of this cobble on this current project we're working on right here. It's almost gone. It's amazing. Glass. We have no glass block except what's in the nether, and we do have sand, but we could use really a whole, double chest of sand. Over the next week, I want to do some caving episodes, perhaps a branch mining episode. I wanted to do some supply episodes. I want us to build this stuff up. Our coal, it's okay, but to be honest with you, I would really like to see this much, much better. Much better, because we have got a ton of stone cooking that we need to do. A ton of stone cooking. And not to mention, we do have a silk touch, so any branch mining I do, I will use the silk touch pick. We have a nice silk touch pick right here. I'll be using this when I branch mine, so I will actually increase our stone intake. In terms of stone, we have nothing in here. That was full. That's all been used. We had this full, and it is starting. I've been tapping into this too. This should actually go into the storage room, and this should be starting to be filled up with the cobblestone that we cook. So that's what I would like to do. Now, during these episodes, if you could help me out with this, I would greatly appreciate it. Some of you comment on a regular basis. A lot of you, of course, don't comment at all, but I know you're watching, and as always, I appreciate your support. It has been so much fun. Just knowing you're watching is a tremendous help. I would love it if you guys could have some questions for me, so when we go caving and we do some of these things, that I could answer the questions and we'd have something to talk about. That would be really fun if you could do that. Some questions for me would be awesome. And if you don't have any questions for me, of course, I will find topics to talk about, because that's what I do for a living. I am a talker. Look at our meat supply. Pretty good, huh? It's building up pretty sweet. I've been just... Look at this guy on my left here. Look at this guy. I'd turn right now, but I'm having a fresh sip of my hot coffee on a Friday afternoon. I'm done with work, by the way. I'm so happy. Look at this guy. Oh, he wants so badly to kill me. But he can't. Because he's just a slime. He's just a lousy little slime. You can't hurt nobody. Where was I? The questions. If I don't get a bunch of questions and stuff, it's okay, guys. Don't you worry about it. I can find things to talk about. As I said, that's what I do for a living, so no worries there. But that's what I would like. I would love some questions from you. Interested in anything about me that you want to know about, let me know, and we'll discuss it during one of the upcoming episodes. We have An abandoned mine shaft. We have several abandoned mine shafts that I found that I would not mind going into and doing some supply runs in there. I would really like to get a hold of some name tags, because we need to name the rest of our horses and our donkey, and I would like to have some more on hand. I would like to get one to be able to name John Cole. That sort of stuff I need to do. So I would like to be able to do some caving and stuff in an area that is definitely outside of our maps here that we opened when we first started the GE-X1 series. So we'll be heading back to the east of the main world, of the main maps. I think if you remember, the last time we went out into this map right here. That would be sitting on that wall right there. So we'll go back out in that direction and go down into that mine. There's an abandoned mine shaft down there, and we'll be able to get supplies and stuff like that down there, and hopefully find some more name tags. You know what? So keep that in mind. Throw the comments down in the throw the questions down in the comments. That would be great. Before I get any further, I wanted to show you what I did down here at the bottom to kind of trim this up. What I did was I put the cobblestone wall at the bottom of these here. These are, again, our main ribs. These are going to be the legs. And I just put a slab at the bottom of each one, and it just kind of gives it a finish, you know, kind of a finish at the bottom. And on these, each one of these, what I did was I came down 2 extra slabs and put an upside down stairs just to give it kind of a bracket that hangs out on its own out here. And I think that worked out pretty well. I think it's a very nice ventilation tube. I really like the lighting. Only once now have I come into the world and had one of these strands of lights not working, which kind of concerns me a little bit. Also, I am noticing that there is sometimes a little bit of lag as I'm running about, especially if I'm outside and I come down the chute and I run in here. I'll try to go through this door, and most of the time this block right here will delay in opening. Don't know if it's being caused by the lights, but there is every now and again a little bit of lag. If the lag gets to be too much of an issue, I will take out every other one of these and possibly slow them down. Perhaps take the array of repeaters and make them a little bit longer so they don't flash quite as often and quite as quickly. I hope I don't have to do that, because I really do enjoy them just the way they are. But that is kind of an idea there too. This right here, I didn't know I could do this, but let me show you something real quick. You can actually just turn these off. You can turn those off, and I think that's kind of interesting. Now, I thought at first that maybe I would lose the abilities that I have stored in the beacons, but that's not the case. They're still there. So if you know, open them back up again, send them on up, they're all of them are still here. They're all still here. So I don't know that I'd ever want to shut off, but if I did have a shut off, it'd be kind of cool to have something here that you could push a button and have pistons come across and block these off. Just for the heck of it? I don't know. But I was noticing that the other day when I was working on these walls. I kind of covered them up accidentally, and I noticed that it didn't knock out the effects of the beacon beams. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, I thought I'd share that with you too. Have I covered everything I wanted to cover? I think so. So again, in the next week, I guess the next 3 videos, it's going to be about getting some supplies, man. We've got to get the supplies built up so we can get busy on that pod level. It's going to take a lot of brick. It's going to have 3 thick walls, 3 block thick walls, and it's going to have 3 block thick bottom floor as well as a ceiling. That way we can run redstone in the walls, redstone in the ceiling, redstone in the floor if need be. No matter what I do on that floor, it will not affect the floor above it. The second floor is going to be a farming floor. And on the farming floor, we are going to have an array of daylight sensors off each side. And on each side, a tube will run into the building, and that will provide the power to the building, which will tell some of our farms to harvest themselves when the sun comes up as well as when the sun goes down. So twice a day our crops will be automatically harvested. So watermelons, pumpkins, and a few of the other things. I don't know. We'll see how we work it out, but certain things are going to happen automatically when the daylight sensors are triggered. Not to mention we'll have daylight sensor lighting all over the outside of the building, so when the sun goes down, the GE-X1 above ground will light up on its own. That is really my goal. I would love to be able to be off in the distance and see the GE turn on in the middle of the night, or just as night sets, as we're riding in, you know, in the sunset and stuff. Look at all these slime balls in here. Holy cow. This thing is really filling up since we've been working down here. But that would be, that's kind of my vision so far for the first couple of floors, and I've kind of limited to that just because it's not a lot to think about. It's going to be a huge project. They're all huge projects when it comes to me. It takes me a long time to build all this stuff because I don't know. I guess I'm pretty anal about it. But that's who I am, and that's how I play the game, and that's how much I love this game. I just love it, and it really allows my imagination to soar. So I think with all that said, don't forget to send me a few questions if you would. That would be fantastic. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to tinker with the outside of this. In the next episode, we will take a look at some work on the outside here on that main tube that's going to hold the main support for the main GE-X1. We'll take a look at that, and hopefully, you know, be gathering supplies in the next week so that we can be prepared to go up and build the very first floor of the GE-X1, and that is going to be the pod room. So, yeah. That's what's coming up. I'm the RadioMan03. As always, I really, really do appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Have an awesome, fantastic, superb day, and I will talk to you again next time.